Vomoz Media. Today I'm sitting here with the beautiful Dr. Mrs. Remi Duyile. How are you doing today, ma'am?
Awesome. And yourself?
I'm doing great, ma'am. Can you please introduce yourself to everyone?
My name is Remi Duyile, a wife, a proud mother of 3, a successful entrepreneur, a successful career professional who demonstrated the power of faith, hard work, and perseverance in rising up in corporate America, and a community advocate.
Let's go right into it. Let's go through the journey. Can you tell us about your early days?
The early stages were the foundational stages, and I tell people that your young age is really the foundation. What we see now is a product of a great foundation. And I remember growing up as a young girl with my dad loving me to bits and being in one of the only nursery school in Ondo Town, Comfort Nursery School, being solicited to be one of the students was very special. My dad thought we were the best, all the kids, especially being the baby of the family. All I got every time was love, love, love. And of course my mom was just everything that you can ever imagine. So I was so much loved that I never knew what it was to lack or to not be connected to something positive. So a lot of the early days of my life is what has made me to be who I am. And the early days also translated to me moving to Lagos after the death of my father and having my siblings continuing that journey of love and nurturing and caring and ensuring that I got the best that life can give me at that point, and migrating to join my brother in the United States as part of that legacy of being educated and getting the best for me.
In 1982, you arrived here in the US. So can you tell us your journey from there to your first job,
Absolutely. I arrived, and of course the first thing to do was to go to school. And I started with University of the District of Columbia, got my undergraduate degree in business administration in 1986, May 1986. And of course my MBA in May 1987 on international economics and business finance. My first job as a teller with Sovereign Bank, then now Bank of America. And of course, within a few months, they saw the skills and what I brought to the table. I was promoted to a commercial teller within 3 months. And a commercial teller, they focus on the business angle of bank customers. And that's where I started. And of course, the end of the story, I became a vice president, even with 4 strikes. Black, female, Nigerian accent, still made it to the top, to God's glory.
Can you tell us, how do you move from being a teller to a vice president, and how long did it take you?
Going into Bank of America with an MBA, I knew I just needed to get my foot into the door. And I knew once I get my foot into the door that the rest will be history by God's grace. So moving as a teller to vice president didn't happen overnight. It took a 7-year span. And it took being promoted from teller to commercial teller to customer service to assistant vice president and then to vice president. And it took a lot of perseverance, a lot of commitment, a lot of volunteerism, strategic volunteerism, whereby you're able to give of yourself and be selfless, because that's what will distinguish you from everybody else. And going out of your way to help other people be successful on your team, that singles you out. And then, of course, promotion becomes a lot easier.
After Bank of America being the vice president, so what was next? What was your next journey?
After being a vice president and being in several segments of the bank, birth of an entrepreneurial spirit, which propelled me to start my own mortgage company, namely Premier Mortgage Solutions. And we started that in 2003. Of course, Legacy Premier Foundation, my nonprofit, was born out of that, to be able to give back and help people with financial literacy, and Image Consulting Group, which is that global connecting consulting firm.
We learned that you serve abroad. Can you please elaborate more on that for us?
Yes, March 2010, I was called to serve in Africa, Nigeria to be specific. I got the opportunity of serving under Governor Olusegun Mimiko as the Senior Special Assistant on Diaspora Affairs. During my service, I'm proud to say that I was an instrument, very valuable to the sister state formation between Ondo State and State of Maryland. Both are my proud states. And of course, being able to bring the health care initiative that Ondo State had to the Center for Strategic and International Studies. After my service in Ondo State for 5 years as the Senior Special Assistant on Diaspora Affairs, I migrated back to the United States to finish my unfinished matter, which is my coaching and leadership development that I had started in 2010 and 2008 with Les Brown and some of my other coaches.
Can you elaborate more on that for us too? Being a coach, being a teacher?
Always seen the power of leadership and being able to express yourself rising in corporate America. And I didn't start off as a speaker, to be honest with you. I was a shy person, but I had to break my silence. And there I found that the power of communication and of leadership was second to none. So there birthed my passion in seeing how I can help other people to discover who they are and embrace who they are and be able to project who they are to add value to lives.
Let us talk about your top-selling book, Perseverance, Winning Key to Your Destiny. So can you tell us what really moved you to write this book?
Perseverance, if you've listened to my story, if you've watched me, that has really been the key factor that has really helped me personally. And in the book, it tells us a few other people who have really been able to persevere to make things happen. What prompted me to do that is, I keep saying, to whom much is given, much is expected. In this day and age, people see success as something that just happens suddenly. No. It takes a process. It takes perseverance. And I wanted people to know that you can cultivate that habit. It's something that we can all do. It doesn't cost you anything. It's your mindset. So just being able to show people that yes, you can persevere. How do you do it? Why do you do it? What are the benefits of it? And that's what we shared in the book. If I had to rank my most passionate way of passing time, it would be community service. I strategically volunteer to add value to a process, to people, so that I can learn from them and I can also serve them. If you're not volunteering, if you're not aligning yourself to serve free courses that you don't gain anything right away, please go do it. That's the only way you can maximize your potentials. The next level is about the platform that we have created to give back intentionally through Remi Speaks and Legacy Premier Foundation, where we will focus on millennial mentorship, entrepreneurial development, women engagement, and advocacy and diplomacy, how people can integrate and feel full about themselves. June 3rd, 1989, got married to my best friend, my lover. A relationship that started as a friendship and to the glory of God blossomed into what we call a fruitful marriage today of 27 years, still counting to the glory of God. Being married to my best friend, someone who is my caregiver, someone who truly believes in me and has helped me to blossom to be the best that I can be, has been a blessing for me. My most significant achievement in life is being able to be called a mother and being blessed with 2 boys and a girl who have grown into great men and women, making a difference in corporate America, doing their thing. Being a mother to a Cornellian, an Ivy League student, this is the pride and joy that I wear every day of my life. As a woman of faith, I strongly believe that most of the successes that I've achieved has been through God. As a deaconess in my church, as a mother, wife, worker, and so on and so forth. Without God, none of this would have been possible. So I strongly believe that the power of faith in God is really what has sustained me this far. My ability to balance and juggle life to the level that I'm in, I want to attribute it to God Almighty and for the love of people. When you love what you do and you do what you love, it doesn't become a chore. So you're able to mean well and do well by yourself and by people, and you're able to carry people around you along. I would like to give a shout out to my hubby, Remi Duyile, my children, Bobby, Aya, Wumi, for all your support. I'd like to give a shout out to my pastor, Pastor Gandhi and Pastor Omo Olaoye. My special shout out to my mentees all over the world, my mentors, Les Brown, John Maxwell, Dr. James Zula, Bonnie Darman. My shout out to Image Consulting Group, Legacy Premier Foundation, Vomoz team, my mentees all over the world, my families all over the world. I give you a shout out. And for all of you watching me, God bless you.